Hello people, welcome back to Beauty Jam. Now you're probably wondering, Sacha, why are you all the way over here? Well, today we're going to be doing a video called Reacting to Childhood Photos. Now, I don't really like childhood photos because I'm usually doing something weird. I hope I'm in, by the way, I don't know whether I am, but I hope I am. I'm usually doing something kind of I just don't even know, I just don't like childhood photos. But my mom has selected a few. I did say a few, but she's managed to pick loads. But, she's picked a few out and I'm going to react to them on camera. I'm going to put the picture up here. I'm not going to show you like this because the light's going to reflect on it. So I'm just going to put a screenshot of the same picture here. So if I'm looking down, I'm looking at the photo, you know. I'm going to try not to talk about each photo too long because I don't want this video to be mega long. Because let's face it, no one's really interested in this. I am anyway, so I want to look at this. Right, this first photo, all the dates are on the back. This is October 96, so this was the year I was born. So I was born in the January, this was in the October. And that is our old house. Yeah, my mum was about 26, so that was her house. Yeah, so that's me with my glasses on, it's looking cool. So I'm in my little chair with my little, I didn't really have much to play with, did I? But, yeah, anyway, and that was still our house. We'd just moved in, I think, so everything was sort of everywhere. And the next photo is of me and my nan. And this was when I was 29 weeks. This must have been my first holiday. I think we were at Wales. And that's probably my first time ever setting foot in the sea. Can't really tell whether I was liking it or not. I think I'm just a little bit like, what is this? You know, what's this mess? I've seen puddles, but what's this? This is not a puddle. This is, I don't know what this is. I think that's what I was thinking anyway. The next photo is me looking like Picasso. This was also 1996, so this was still the year I was born. Oh my life, I look like a proper painter. Look at the fashion sense for back then as well. You would not catch a baby wearing that these days. I don't think you would anyway. But oh my life, that's really... Yeah, my mum always used to dress me up. She used to put like, not matching, like the hat matches the top and the top matches the shoes. Like she used to, it was fashionable. The next photo is when I was born. So there's no, must have been in the hospital when I was actually born. That bunny in the background, I actually still have that. It's in the attic. That was my first ever teddy. It's named Bunny. And that teddy bear thermometer, that was to check whether I was too hot. Because I was still in the hospital at this point. That was to check whether I was too hot or too cold. Because it was like a child temperature. I think we've still got that as well. I think that's in the loft too. In my baby box, my hospital box. Because mum kept everything from the hospital. Yeah. And my dummy up there. See, I didn't need it. I don't need no dummy. Probably changed when I was a bit older, but yeah, so that's when I was in the hospital. The next photo is actually one of mine. I haven't seen this photo in years, but this is of when I was younger. I don't live at this house anymore, but when I was younger, we moved house and we moved into this street, and the girl across the road from me, we used to like, you know, I used to get like the Bang on the Door magazines, and I used to go over. She liked Bang on the Door as well. So we used to paint and use those things. We used to use the typewriters, just kid stuff, you know. And those were my first ever inline rollerblades. And they're Bang on the Door, Groovy Chick. They were the in thing. She'd got a pair as well. I think she was like the reason that I wanted them, because I tried hers on and they were cool. And she was teaching me how to skate, and she was so nice. You can't see her face on this picture. My top is still true. But yeah, her name was Kyra, and she was really nice. And then one day I spoke to her mom, and she said that she was moving, and she moved house and I never saw her again. So, oh well, that's just, I was really like, I wouldn't say upset, but I was really sad when they moved there because I had nobody else to really play with. I used to play with the other kids in the street, but we were like, we had the same interests. That's one memory from my childhood that I'll never forget. Next photo, I'm going to have to zoom in on this one because there's other kids on there. So if it seems a bit zoomed in, that's why. But this next photo is of me in 1998, and this was my second abroad holiday. And I've got my little hat on, and I've got a boat, and I've got my dog in that boat. I still have that dog now, and I absolutely love him. And what I've done is I've took him and I've put him in a boat so he can come in the pool with me. Funny thing is, that boat wasn't ours. That boat was somebody else's. I don't know whether you could hire them or buy them or whatever. I think it was buy though. Somebody had bought that blow up boat, and I just walked up and put my dog in there and took it into the pool with me. I wish I was that brave now. Oh my life, honestly, there's just no fear. I'll just walk up to this group of people. I'm just going to take your blow up boat, you know, because my dog wants to go in the pool, but I don't want him to get wet. So yeah, that's not our boat. This is New Year's Eve 2000. I went to my first live show, which was actually the Tweenies. I was obsessed with the Tweenies, and I mean obsessed. Obsessed, honestly. My favourite was Fizz. Yeah. I don't know whether I liked her because she wore pink or whether she was my favourite. But anyway, I liked Fizz. And I remember I went to the merch stand for this night, and they were doing keychains, and they said, you know, which one do you want? And I asked for Fizz because she was my favourite, and then they said they sold out. And I was so upset, and I ended up having Bella, but I didn't want Bella. I wanted flipping Fizz. But anyway, that was one thing I remember from that night, and that was my first ever live show. Yeah. This was when I was 6. I'm wearing my mermaid outfit. That's it. I was looking for the word. I was like, what am I? Yeah, I'm a mermaid, and this was my little outfit. I used to always dress up. I've always dressed up. I had a dress up box, and I used to have feather boas in there. Just outfits, and I used to love to dress up and wear, I just used to love it. Feathers and, you know, clip-on earrings. I used to have a lot. I don't know whether I've still got them. They might be in the attic. I know my mum kept a lot of things from my childhood. Okay, this was me in 1997, so I'm a year old in this photo. And I'm making a sandcastle by the looks of things. Not going very successfully because I'm actually eating the sand. So, yeah, but I've got my little bucket, and I've got 2 buckets actually, 2 spades and a watering can. This is another picture of me. This was, it doesn't have a year on, so I don't really know. Again with the matching outfits, like, all the time. I used to have to wear socks with sandals there. Do not judge me. Those sandals really hurt. They used to rub me. But yeah, and I had my face painted in a little dog, a Dalmatian. Yeah, and that was on our back garden, I think. Or it might have been my nan's house. It might have been my nan's. Next photo is also 1998, and I'm on the teacups twister things, you know. I still make that face now when I go to fairgrounds, so nothing's changed in that area. But yeah, I don't look very safe, do I? I look like I'm about to stand up. I'd never do that now. But, crumbs. Yeah. Not much has changed in the fairground area. I love rides. This is me, 1997. So I would have been 1 year old. I'm in the pool. Very brave of me. It looks like I didn't have any trouble swimming then. Perhaps I've always been one with the water. But yeah, I'm in my little duck. I'm guessing it's one of those baby things that, you know, you can't drown in a way, you know. Yeah, so I'm in my little duck and I'm swimming. I'm not swimming, am I? But I'm floating. But yeah, looks like I didn't have any trouble with the water. That's good. Next photo is 2000, so I would have been 4. And that was at Borth in Wales. I don't know whether you've ever been there. It's kind of boring, but it was a holiday nonetheless. That's what most of our holidays were. We always used to go to Wales and hire a caravan in between the abroad holidays, obviously. When we used to go away in the UK, it would always be Wales. And this was at the very top of a mountain that we'd climbed up all day. It took us all day to get there. And when we get to the top, that's all we see. That's it. And but there was a rainbow when we went up, so Mum says you can have your photo. I've got my eyes closed. Never mind. But yeah, that was May 2000. This next photo is 2001. So this would have been when I turned 5. And yeah, I remember that pink plait in the background. I remember that, and I used to wear it all the time. Ugh. And this was everything that I got. I was obsessed with tweenies, as you can tell. Those two Milo and Jake dolls, they were like story time dolls. They read you a story. They were like bedtime dolls. And when you click, I think you either clicked them or you pressed their chests and they used to speak and tell you a bedtime story. Yeah. And then I've got like Sacha's room there, a towel, them shoes that obviously go with the skirt that I've had in the wings. That must have been another add to my dress up box. Got some slippers, some fizz slippers, balloons. Yeah. So that would be when I turned 5. Next one. This was 2000 at Christmas. So this was just before that previous photo. This was at Christmas time, as you can tell by the hat. And I must have been opening presents or something. I don't know, I must have been opening presents. Not really much, I don't know. The next photo is of my old bedroom. Now, when we moved house, I had my bedroom done again, and I loved Snoopy when we moved. So my mum did an under the sea sort of theme for Snoopy. So she's done him on a lilo there. Woodstock's on a lilo too. I had so many. Oh my god! Look who it is. It's Spyro the Dragon. Oh my life! I had so much stuff. It's unreal. Like, how much stuff did I have? Oh, and I had my fairy lights there and everything. I had them. And then in this house, we actually had like an under the stairs. In our old house, we didn't have under the stairs room, if you like. But in this house, we did. And I turned the under the stairs into my little den because nobody else could really fit in there. So I sort of had my bedroom, and then I had my little den downstairs as well, which had all my colouring stuff in. And I used to sit under there and play on my DS. Was it DS? This is 2005, so it probably wouldn't have been. I used to play on my Game Boy, and I think once a couple of years had gone by, the Nintendo DS did come out and I played with that under there. But at this point in time, it wouldn't have been out. But I remember I used to play on my Game Boy under the stairs in my little den. And I used to have fairy lights in there, and I had an alarm on the door so I could tell if anybody was going in my den. Yeah, it was great. So that was the second house we ever lived in. At this point, we'd just moved in, as you can tell by painting the walls. But I do remember that house. It was a great house. My next photo is me when I was 7. And let me tell you a little story. We are playing on the PS1. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's the first PlayStation, okay? And I was playing on Spyro. It might have been 1 or 2. 1 or 2. I was 5, so it was probably number 2, to be honest. And we are at my nan's house, and my cousin came round to play. But as you know, Spyro isn't a 2-player game. So I used to give him a control, another control, and I used to plug it in, but not so it was connected. It was just like in the slot, but not in the slot, you know. So he used to sit there and think he was playing along when really it was me. I was so mean, it was unreal. But Spyro wasn't a 2-player game, so I couldn't really do much about it. And Nan didn't have any other games apart from Spyro. I think she had Pandemonium as well, which I loved. But the only problem with that is when my Nan had a PlayStation, she didn't have a memory card. So every time I used to go to my Nan's, I used to have to start the game from the beginning, which I hated. But then eventually my mum bought me my own PS1 and I managed to get a memory card too. So yeah, that was it. I've always been a gamer. This photo proves it. That's me at 5 years old. Not much has changed in 16 years. And the last photos kind of go together. This was in 2000, December. So I was nearly, 2001, I was nearly 5. And this here, let me tell you a little story first. We were doing the nativity, okay? You know what the nativity is. It's like Mary and Joseph, baby Jesus, Christmas, blah, blah, blah. We knew we were doing the nativity play. And I'd already seen the outfits, and I knew that Mary, if you can see from this picture, she had to wear like a blue sort of, you know. But Gabriel got to wear a white gown with a gold belt. And she had a wire around her head which they covered with your hair, and then it was a piece of gold tinsel, and you got to wear tinsel as bracelets as well. Her outfit was just amazing, right? And I thought to myself, I want to be Gabriel. I want to be Gabriel. I want to be the angel, you know? Like, look at me. I didn't care whether I was Gabriel or not, I just wanted to be an angel, because the other angels got to wear the same outfit, so I weren't bothered whether I was Gabriel or not. It's just I wanted to be an angel, right? So I'm sitting in class, chilling at the back, because I always used to sit at the back, because I always used to be late. I'm chilling at the back, and then the teacher says, we're doing the nativity, we're going to pick the parts now. And I was like, alright then, I want to be Gabriel. And sitting there, obviously they get the main characters over and done with first. So they pick Joseph, and that's all la-di-da. And I'm thinking, oh whatever, I'll just wait for Gabriel and I'll put my hand up, right? Sitting at the back of the class, and the teacher says, who wants to be Mary? I kid you not, every single girl's hand went up in that room except mine. I did not want to be Mary, I wanted to be Gabriel, so I didn't put my hand up. It makes sense in my child brain. My 4-year-old brain thinks, well, if I don't put my hand up, I'm not going to be picked, am I? Guess who they blooming picked? Me, because I didn't have my hand up. And I couldn't comprehend like how that was happening. I was like, but I didn't have my hand up, why are you picking me? And I ended up being flipping Mary, didn't I? Every other girl wanted to be Mary. I ended up getting the part and didn't want it. I didn't want to be Mary. I didn't want to be Mary. I wanted to be Gabriel and wear the gold tinsel and the glitter. But no, they picked me to be Mary, so I had to be Mary. Yeah, and the teacher went out to my mum when she picked me up, and she told me that, because they have to tell you, you know, you're part of the nativity. She told my mum that I was Mary, and she also told my mum that I didn't put my hand up, and that every other girl did. That's how I probably know. I do vaguely remember it, but it's probably more instilled in my mind because my mum's told me it as well. And when I came out of school, my mum says to me, oh, so you're Mary in the nativity, blah, blah, blah. And then she asks me, why didn't you put your hand up? And I look at her and I said, Mum, I wanted to be Gabriel. One of my most disappointments in life, that was. That set me up, that did. I didn't want to be Mary. I didn't want to be Mary. Like, I am not bothered. I do not want to be there. That baby is just, I'm not even holding it right. I did not want to be there. And Gabriel is standing right behind me, way to rub it in. But, yeah. It's a story of the nativity play. And I didn't want to be Mary. I wanted to be Gabriel, or one of the other angels, because I think there were 7 other angels. And I wanted to be one of them. I didn't want to be Mary. And the only reason they picked me was because I didn't put my hand up. So that's the last photo. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it hasn't been too long, but I just thought I'm going to look through some childhood photos and we'll go through them and we'll see. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry if it's been a bit boring. I guess talking about childhood is a bit boring, especially when I don't remember. I don't remember stuff, you know, because I was too young. But if you did enjoy this video, then make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below, what's one of your weirdest memories from a child? You know, if you did like this video, then let me know in the comments below and I might do a part 2. I'll have my mum pick out some more photos and we'll look through them. Because this was only a selection. Honestly, there's loads. So if you did enjoy this video, then let me know and I'll do a part 2 in the future. And yeah, make sure you subscribe for more videos from me. And I will. Oh, thanks for watching as well. And I will see you next time. Bye.